Okay, so now in this 2.0 list 2.0 module, I want to show you actually how we can actually we can change the values in list. How we can do that? It's pretty easy. You already know the concepts. So for example, now we all know that this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4, right? Now let's say that I want to say that, so topics, which is my list name actually. This is a list name. Don't call it a variable. Okay, this is list. This is a list. Okay, maybe list variable you can call it. So let's say I want to say that this is now going to be, let's say, a book. Okay, maths. And now I want to see that what happened in the topics now. So I want to print this list. Okay, so if I'm going to run this, let's see that what is my result. Okay, you see that maths has taken the place of VBA. Okay, so this means you can change the values also inside the list, which is again beautiful, right? So you have a more control. Rest everything remains the same. It's pretty simple, right? Now, this is when you actually have to change one particular what you call the value, right? So what happens if, let's say, so this is basically you are saying that changing the first index, right? Now I say that, can you go and change, let's say, can you change two values or more than two values? For example, can you change VBA and Excel to what? To, let's say, maths and science. Can we do that? This is the question. Okay, so let's see that how we can do it. Let me comment this. So your topic list is same. So you see, you know that if in this list, the first index is the 0. Now you want to basically say that from this to this, up to this, because the second parameter is always up to. So you will say that start from 0 and then up to what? 2, which means 0 and 1, 2. Okay, then you go and give the values that basically you need, the values you want to actually go and change. Okay, so now how to put those values, how to write those values, that is the main thing. So that will, because now we have two values, so you're going to write maths, and then I say the second value is the science. Okay, so when you run this, what happens finally when we have the list printed, you should see that it's 0 to initial position to up to 2, which means 0 and 1 will undergo a change, which is VB and Excel. And then since you're giving the two values, so the program will not have any issue. It will simply go and replace these values with the values you have written. Look at this now. This is very simple, right? Now, let me ask you one question then. So how about changing the Selenium to maybe Selenium, let's say Python? Can you do that? Can you do that? Right? So I'm saying that, can you change, Selenium, or I say that last value to maybe something else, right? So how are we going to do it? Well, simply write here topics. Now I'm just going to write here -1 and then -3. Make sense? Up to -3. And then I'm going to say that, by the way, this is from -1 to actually -2, up to -1 to -2. So only the Selenium will be changed, and we will put here, let's say, a value called Selenium Python. Okay, Selenium Python, and there we go, the double quotes. Up to, it's up to, in the strings also it was up to. So now what happens if I go and print this topic, this if I print this now, the list, I'm going to comment this. Okay, if I run this, let me see that. Okay, so see that math, science, Python, BI, Selenium, Python, and then Selenium. Now see here, very interestingly what happened, Selenium remains there, but between the bi and the selenium, the new word inserted. Now, why this happened? You see, now, as I said that when you refer to the minus one, when you refer to the last order, it is very important that we should, mention the direction also, minus one, because by default, it's always left to right, right? If you don't write this, then this will actually add the value and which we never wanted. So we have to make sure that it is a minus one to minus two, because if you see that after the minus one the word comes is zero, right? If you go from left to right, but here it's minus one to minus two. So as I said, you always need to mention this, the direction, in case if you're starting from the end to, and then you're coming back to the, the first, the value. Okay, so now if I run this, we should expect that we will be able to get the right value. Look at this now. Very nice. Now Selenium is replaced with Selenium Python. I hope I'm clear on this, right? So now the thing is that, let me ask you one thing, guys. So what happens if I simply go and write like this topics, and I try to change something, and what I do, I say that, for example, I say zero and then colon, and I don't write anything here, right? I don't write anything here, and here, let's say I go and you know write here maths. Uh, let's say I go and write here maths, and then I go and write here science, and then maybe I go and write here English, for example. This is what I do. Now, what do you think, what is going to happen if I run this program? Is this going to generate some error? What is going to happen? It's pretty interesting, isn't it? Let me run this. See this. If I run this now, what is going to happen? First of all, there is no error, okay? You won't see the error. Look at this, what happened here. The entire list is going to be replaced, because you said that start from zero, but then you have not given any position where it has to stop. So what it is going to do, it is actually going to replace all the entire list with these numbers. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? Now if let's say what I do, I keep the same list here, and now what I'm going to do, let's say I go and change this to 1. I go and change this to 1. Okay, now what is going to happen? Tell me. Yes, yes. Now we should expect VBA should not be there. Excel should be there. And after that, because we are not stopping anywhere, it should actually replace the entire thing with math, science, and English. Is this going to happen? Can we go and check again? So you see that the zero index is not changed. VB is still there. And afterwards, as we said, from one first index, you have to go and go on the infinite mode, or you can say go till the last value. So everything is replaced here. Okay, this is how it is. I hope now I'm clear on this part, right? So we can always go and change the values in the list if we want to.